Hello YouTube, this is Dark bringing you another D2Etal resurrected video. This is going to be a supplementary video, and in this particular video I will be talking about the shop bot, how to work it, how to use it, and what you will be required to do in order to get it to work. So, as you can see on the screen here, we are running the shop bot. The first step to this is to make a profile for the character you're wanting to use this with. And please make sure you have lots of gold, because if you're running a shop bot, you're going to need maximum or close to maximum gold so that you can get as many items as you can without running out when you buy stuff. Now, once you've created a profile, and I do recommend doing this on a character that you're not going to be using for anything else because it's just a lot easier. But let's say, for instance, that you do want to use this on a character that you've used before. Please copy your character configuration file and save it somewhere else. So for instance, here is my character configuration folder, and you just want to copy whatever character you're going to be using, copy that character configuration file, and place that somewhere else. And the reason you want to do this is so that you could save yourself the time of re-editing everything every single time. Now, if you're like me and you don't use this character for anything else right now, for instance, it's not going to be a big deal. We can just copy and paste. I'll show you that. Either way, you're going to be pretty much just copying and pasting. So where do you find these scripts to copy and paste? Well, as you can see, there's a shopbox character configs folder that we're going to go into. And then as you can see here, it says assassin. And I already have this open somewhere else. Let me drag that over. So here is the assassin configuration file for the shopbot. So some of you may have guessed what we're already going to be doing here. We're just going to copy and paste all of this information into a character's configuration file. So basically, whatever character you're using, you're going to delete everything that's in it and paste this in there, and then we're done with that step. You won't be needing this anymore. And then we've got some things to edit just like usual. So whenever we run the bot, we have to edit a few things. At the top, you can see if you want to set it for true for classic, act 4 maximum, or false for expansion. I currently have mine set for false so that I run expansion. I'm running Anya, as you saw in the video there. And I do suggest that you have the Anya portal up, as it is way faster than just about any other act and any other situation. This is the old school, typical way of shop botting, and it makes perfect sense when you think about it, because what you're doing is you're the closest to something that you can go in and out of to reset those items so that you can get them. Now, if you're using Act 5, there's a couple of extra little things here that it will ask for, and it will say kill monsters in Nil's temple. I have mine set to false. I don't really know why you'd want to do that. I don't think it really matters. Just go in and out as quickly as possible. If you don't have the red portal, you can set this to true in order to use the waypoint instead. And then if you want to quit on the error, you can set it true. If you don't want it to quit on the error, you can set it to false. And errors are just problems that are occurring within the shopbot. I suggest leaving it on true so that you know something is wrong. Obviously, we want to fix that before we do that. And what we'll be doing is just going through this. A lot of this stuff, like most of this, in my opinion, you don't need to mess with, because you're not really going to need to mess around with any of this kind of stuff. I keep mine on the max game time as 0, meaning infinite, so that the bot stays in the game infinitely and just keeps buying and selling until it's full, and then that's all there is to it. We don't care, that's it. Okay, and then below that we want to make sure that we edit our free space in our inventory. This is pretty typical. Obviously our potions, which actually I'm going to change right now, because I'm using her as the shop bot, and I did have her, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. She was killing stuff and running out of mana, but it looks like she's good now. I have it set up perfectly to where it doesn't need it, but just in case I'll do that so she doesn't exit. A lot of this stuff, again, I don't think is really necessary. We're not going to be using a lot of this, so I just leave it as standard. You don't need any of your attacks set up unless you are going to go in the portal and kill things. Then yes, go ahead and change those settings to your attacks and all that good stuff, just like you would if you were using the bot normally. And same thing down here. Again, with this stuff, I don't change or edit any of this. So basically, that's it for your settings, and you would just hit File Save, and you're done with that. and then you're going to run this under the ntbot entry point. So let me show you that real quick. And you're just going to run it as ntbot, whatever your account name is. You can have a password, you don't have to have a password, it's up to you, whatever you want to do, and that's it. So basically, if you've run the bot before, you probably already know what you'll be wanting to do and what you essentially will have to set up in order for this to work. You're going to do most of the work you would with a bot, and then just change a couple of configuration settings and you're good to go. So I hope this helped, guys. If it did, please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already,